Okay, I'm doing a late video. I just saw the stupid Anit Sarkeesian stupid damsel in distress theory, the part 2 one. It's there's no way she is this stupid. Either she's pulling an awesome prank, number one, two, she's in it for the money, or three, sadly, she is this stupid. How in the hell can you contradict yourself that many times? Like, okay, let's say for you, Anita, let's say you have a kid. I don't even know if you are gonna have kids because it sounds like you hate men so much. I don't even think you want anything that comes from a man, pun intended, that comes from a man in you, so you can have a kid. That's how much I think you hate men completely, maybe even more. Say your kid gets kidnapped. Would you want to go and get him through any means necessary? It doesn't apply just to men. For when a man's loved one, is kidnapped or killed, if she's killed, he wants revenge. He wants to not let her death be in vain for any reason. Or if she's gone, he'll go through any lengths and means necessary to get her back and protect her. Look at Walking Dead. You play the first season, by the way, which is awesome. I can't wait for the new one to come out. But you play as Lee, a guy who was on his way to the jailhouse because he killed the guy that his wife was cheating on him with. Okay, he got enraged because the woman enacted that one. But out comes this girl that does save him from a zombie on the very first day of all this happening. And he basically protects her because it's a girl. A little girl especially, you don't want anything bad to happen to her. That's the men's psyche. If anything bad happens to a woman that you love or care about, or any child that you love and care about, every man has that little alpha male syndrome in him where, oh, they did that to her? Oh, hell no. I will make them pay for what they did. I had an ex-girlfriend who was, I'm not going to say her name or anything on here, but she was raped. Not when I was with her, but this was before. She was 15 and a half when she got raped. When she told me, I was enraged because I was pissed off at the guy who did it. Men, we have that sense here. Is it wrong that's implied in video games? Heck no, because majority of gamers are males and helps us connect. Now, there are some games that have women characters in it. For example, Tomb Raider. You can go to the classics where she is hardcore and just like stone and smart, intelligent, and she was beautiful. Well, that art back then, she was beautiful. But if you look at the new one now, where it came out, where she is younger, learning the ropes, you gotta remember she is in her, I think, early 20s, late 19 or something like that, and she's learning the ropes. So she will appear weak, but because she appears weak, and most gamers are males, we want to keep her away from harm. That's it. It's not because she is an object and we want to use her to get away from harm or anything. It's because she is. Some people, they really get attached in their games. They view them as, what's the word I'm looking for? But they don't want anything bad to happen to them. It's like, you don't want anything bad to happen to a puppy. I'm not saying that video game characters are equivalent to puppies, because that's just wrong. Video game characters don't even exist in real life. Why is it that video game situations in fictional worlds apply to real world? Come on. Now, you gotta realize something. Video games do not oppress women. They don't send subliminal messages or anything. There are strong women in games. For example, let me find one really quick, because I got a game collection over here. In Skyrim, you can be a female and she can be a badass. Let's see. Enslaved. Trip. She's a young a teenage girl who's trying to get her way back home, and she uses her knowledge to enslave the main character, hence the name, to get her back home. And when the home is ruined, she uses him to get revenge. Bam! Now let's see. Mass Effect. You know who this woman is? Oh, everyone does, and the other guy. But she is a strong and powerful ass woman in the game, depending on how you play her. Well, either way, depending on how you play her, she is strong and independent, and she's a great leader. Now, let's see. In Gears of War 2, you got Anya. Now, let me find the third one. The third one has much, much, much better examples. I'm not going to say Assassin's Creed, because Assassin's Creed just has... It's not a good army for Assassin's Creed. But Gears of War 3. Here we go. It took me forever to find it. Gears of War 3. Anya. She went from office to battlefield. She is a battle-tested woman. She is strong and independent and is willing to do whatever it is to prove that she is better than men. Not their equal, not their subordinate, but better than them. And in the back, if you can see her, Sam, right here. She checks Baird in place all the time. She is the, dialogue-wise, the equal to Baird. Now, Bayonetta, who people have seen a little bit in Gears of War 3, she is a strong-ass woman. If you read the Gears of War books, you realize that this woman's not to be messed with. There are strong female characters throughout games if you just look at them and you don't use little snips and clips in order to like switch the situation. Now, in one of your videos, I'm not sure where I'm going to put this so people can get this. One of your videos, you put Gears of War 2 in it. When Dom finds his wife, she is basically a skeleton at this point because she's been starved and beaten by locusts, who are not human at all. Get that? They're not human at all. They have no human morals or anything, and it's in the fictional world. She does not comprehend what's going on around her, and so Dom, her loving husband, who's been searching for years, if you even played the game, if you know anything about the game except for that little snippet, then you know he's been spending years. He has a picture of her. Whenever he gets the chance, he says, "Have you seen this woman? Have you seen this woman? Have you seen this woman?" Every chance he gets. If you read the books, he is mentally unstable because of, which is eventually why, I'm not going to say spoiler because it's been out for 2 years now, which is eventually why he didn't give up, but he was willing to risk himself so that he can save Marcus, Sam, Anya, and Baird, to save those guys. Okay? Now, please stop making these. Please. You're making yourself look like an idiot. Don't. You will seem like a smart woman, honestly. You just don't understand the video game world. That's all. You do seem like an intelligent woman. You just don't. You have no comprehension of this at all. You're way out of your element. Instead of doing all of this for just women suppression in video games and yada yada yada, why don't you put that money to where it can actually help women in countries where they are being oppressed, like in somewhere in the Middle East, where women are. I can't remember the name of the country or the term which you say a lot in your videos. I should know it by now because you say so much, where the only thing you can see are the eyes. That's like probably that much. Anything else you can't see at all. Help them out. Help women who can't get an education. Help women who are starving in Africa. And please, please, do not just highlight how women are victimized and everything. Men are victimized too and everything. In Grand Theft Auto 4, there was a woman raping a guy. Come on. You can't ignore these. These things happen. You can't complain about one side and leave out one other side. You gotta include both.